Hello everybody, Mina Abdul Kaba. I can talk to you today about the events that will not take place in the past few days there, so will lead to Ibrahim resigning from the NGC party. Straight out of the bat, I want to tell you say me, Abdul Kaba, now one of the people there, we file a petition against Ibrahim in chairmanship because the process was not legal. This not me get anything to do against Ibrahim personally. I go get to explain all them things then. But before I start, I want to say the reason why I decide for can explain from my own perspective what they go on. Now after I hear Robinson say when me stand for NGC for the mayor, elections, now McKinney in the past elections. Robinson know me very well. And from what Robinson say, when they talk to Ibrahim and say, why make it take on this long? If it take on this long for no kind party NGCB, and then they prompt me for respond. Because Robinson, now me make it get symbol, now NGC for one, for the mayor, now McKinney. And Robinson know the role I play in the candidacy, the support I get in the candidacy. So when I hear Robinson talk what he get for talk, that's where this man not get the full picture, because if you know say na me, na one of the people there, we file a petition against Ibrahim in chairmanship, who then say he win, then maybe go sit down and listen. And because you know say me a strong NGC person, and you know say me somebody who dey for the success of NGC. I not go do anything we go detract from NGC and success. So now I make want address this situation, because if Robinson take the perspective we take, that means say a lot of people that will not even know me will take a perspective based on the wrong information with it out there. So I will begin for explain how all this thing come about, how Ibrahim come to the point where they say they left NGC. As we all know, Ibrahim may not be a strong supporter of NGC, strong supporter of KKY. Now, so you take get the name Ibrahim KKY. But the table Ibrahim they do all them things there. So Ibrahim they do not as a member of NGC. Ibrahim no may ever join NGC. It just now somebody who just they support NGC, they support KKY in candidacy. But when they by himself, they do by himself. We grab na money, what you want for talk, now they talk. Nobody know they control them, nobody know get any say over what they say. I know, but they do short a good job that even can they call them. So why make you not go join the Washington chapter, the DMV chapter? Ibrahim tell can they say no in like for they by himself. That's in like for operate as a vigilante on the side, they advocate for what he believe in. You know, and be a member of the DMV chapter, I know and be a member of NGC. Even the current Chairman Conde, call Ibrahim, tell us Ibrahim can't join the party. You do such a good job. Can they don't send message to me, make I talk to you, make you can join, make you can officially join the party. Ibrahim still not going to join. So you do go on, but still they advocate, still they talk for NGC, and then they good and fine. Everybody may like what they do. People them so like what they do. Even members of the chapter, them they invite Ibrahim for we fundraising events them, and go to Philadelphia, we'll get the launching. You know, you can come people and they invite them. Even the possible stand against Sunkawu me like Ibrahim. Now they bring Ibrahim. The first one meet Ibrahim officially. Now Sunkawu in Oos, na Washington. That's in the Andrew Kiley min come, Sunkawu Keta. He make lunch for them, he invite people in for come. Now that's in the Ibrahim come, he come meet Andrew Kiley. The second time I meet Ibrahim, then after the elections, when the elections done, we can say thank you to the North American supporters them. Now that thing they get meet in our mosque, now the Ibrahim show up now the mosque. Now the first and then the way Ibrahim meets Kande after the elections done. Now that thing the Ibrahim gets for no than a Kande in West Philo. So when time reach now for make we can get the election DMV chapter, I think some people in Gap say well then go recruit Ibrahim for can run for the chairmanship. When they go recruit Ibrahim, now they find out say Ibrahim not be member of the chapter. So now they can say Ibrahim for register. When they register Ibrahim, me even properly register because the treasurer will register to Tijan Macaulay, he may not resign as treasurer from DMV. He resigned in March. So now when Ibrahim can register, he not submitting application to the executive. Because at the process now we get we laws them and rules that we go by. We get the bylaws of the North American region and of the DMV chapter. We get we laws them. If somebody will run for office, you go for them meet certain criteria. One of them criteria then there was that if you don't be a properly registered member in the organization for 6 months. Because Ibrahim don't ever join, they tell okay, me tell for make it join. It's the way Ibrahim register, me meet that period day. Me meet up the 6 months criteria. So me eligible for one. Then secondly, in application where the way register in application not be properly processed because you're not submitting application to the executive. So nobody not sign off on the application. Because the process is you submit your application to the executive will approve you, then it will give the information to the financial secretary, we will keep the record, say yes, you're a registered member of the organization. Plus, the financial secretary, now they produce the list of voters then because when you vote, if I don't pay you dues. So we think for election, the financial secretary, now they go to them and say, okay, who are they on the list, we don't pay in dues, we they up to date with in dues them, we're eligible for vote by the chapter elections. Like the financial secretary job now for do that, now supposed to do that. What think happen at Tijan Macaulay, when I'm the former treasurer, he can get confusion with the chairman, so he resign. Then he go down at this camp now. This camp now then go recruit Ibrahim for make and run. So when Ibrahim register, now to me register. But Tijan Macaulay, he not send Ibrahim application to the executive. So Ibrahim not been properly registered, and registration not complete. So now there are issues there. So that's in April, and the elections they be supposed to take. This April we don't pass through. Now they will tell people and say Ibrahim not eligible for one. Ibrahim not eligible for one because he not properly registered and he not meets the 6 months criteria. With the DMV chapter, we did under the North American regional NGC organization. So now tell the regional NGC say Ibrahim not eligible for one. So then get the person, the interim chair of the NGC organization, when I cause all this problem, Mr. Jenkins Bauer, now the main culprits, but all this while I wouldn't be so we make today Ibrahim don't left NGC. Jenkins Bauer say Ibrahim for one, even though he not meets the criteria. So what Jenkins do? He delayed the elections. When he delayed the elections, say this November, now Ibrahim not eligible for one based on the length of time where he don't be member. According to Jenkins, now that Jenkins mean think he say well he don't pass 6 months, so Ibrahim for don't qualify now. But what Jenkins forget is Ibrahim not may ever submit an application to the executive for me to approve the application. May they approve him as a member. That will not take place. 2, the other criteria for making you eligible for one as a candidate, because you're supposed to don't participate in chapter activities. You know what they did now? So not just the sit down. Will they get meeting them? Will they get fundraising activity for raise money for more go send a free tongue for make free tongue go for operate? The NGC not get money, win a new party. So get for they do all them things then they. So they get fundraisers, they get meetings, with the plan strategy that what to get for do for help the country, what to get for do development projects then at the country, and how we get for raise money for support the party. So we'll be ready for the next election. Ibrahim not participates, but none of them things then they. So if you don't participate, because then rules then they not so we start the rules then they don't take with organizations like this political organization and get her. And with man and start then thing and they. And what's make them they put their rules and they for because you want for me somebody can join the organization. You see other person they work with now. The energy with that person, not so for those gap now when you talk now radio, send message, now audio, put on a WhatsApp and all side. Yes, then they good. If you get them skills, then that skills they're very good. But for be a chairman of an organization, like a big organization like DMV chapter when we dey send the most money to Salone for supporting the party. Of all the chapters then na the world, the DMV chapter na the biggest chapter, na they raise the most money. So for me, you can get somebody, and this I go tell you that this beaucoup personalities and then at this chapter, beaucoup confusion dey. For me to be chairman at this chapter, you got to be strong, you got to understand how to lead, you got to get the leadership skills there. So when the law say if you don't join the party for at least 6 months, if you don't participate in the activities of the party, that means they want to see how you work with other people there. Those kind of skills there, you cannot talk no more na the only requirements of the chairman. You got to be able to work with people there. You got to get agile. You got to know how to relate with people there. You know, how to conduct meeting, make sure say, because all man they count idea we can a meeting. I go say, okay, we'll come to this decision without offend this other person idea, without offend that other person idea. When this tears so come, when Ibrahim begin can inside the party, I don't become member. I notice say Ibrahim is very quick for reply person. If anybody oppose Ibrahim, a plaba, it attack you. Ibrahim disrespect big man at the party. We can meet. Ibrahim not in start KKY, not in start NGC. Ibrahim the work we don't do for build up this party. Now it attract people like Ibrahim. For me, they know about NGC. For me, they know about Kanye. For me, they can join the party. So Ibrahim can meet me. I can join me. Before you remember, Ibrahim begin tell we say, without in the face of NGC, none of you know ever do nothing like what he don't do for NGC. We for be grateful to her. We for appreciate the efforts they will don't give. Without NGC and nothing, he will destroy NGC. Ibrahim tell you all in what then they. You know, person we just can't join the party. You know how the party begin. How we don't the work we don't put in. What means you know the work we put in for the last election. This is somebody who you know ever meet. Can they don't come make a past 10 from where NGC form. Ibrahim no one day meet him because not to me member. Now after the election on done, that thing Ibrahim get for meet Kande for making no done a Kande. This are the person they can't have in the face of NGC. In fact, it even important to NGC than Kande. Ibrahim again talk all then talk then. I say, but okay, all thing fine. We not respond to you, but you're not eligible for one because you don't join the party for 6 months, and you don't participate. We not see how they work it with people there, and the way I don't begin so the way they talk, and the way they feature people that will big pass you. And the way they carry yourself, like saying, Mr. Everybody, Mr. NGC. We said that thing and they not look like saying a leader. Can't prove to we for say you will work with we before we say, okay, go stand for be chairman at the organization. Now then in a pose. I not get nothing against Ibrahim. We not hate Ibrahim, we not want to grab nobody in NGC, but we get rules and regulations. And I tell Jenkins, Jenkins, we get to follow the rules and regulations because at this 9 with NGC day, but we still want change Salone. What's in the going Salone? They like today. We Ernest Baikoma ready for sack Sam Sumana. If I don't see the constitution, you not follow the rules, you not follow the law. You broke the law. And this time they go on from Pashakin term. From the table Pashakin in power. If Pashakin want to do something and say the constitution not allow you, what's Pashakin they do? They go make parliament amend the constitution. Then they change the constitution from make Pashakin able for do what you want to do. You come back to Momo, you come to Ernest, then they do what they want to do. Now then they make a country. Now one of the reasons and then they won't make a country they go before. We know they move as a nation. We left behind. They left in we are the 6th poorest nation of the world. We pull past almost all the countries in Africa. You know, because we not observe, we not respect the rule of law. Now my position is that if we as a party want to respect the rule of law, we want to observe, and we want to go change Salone, we're not going to begin to do them kind of yuki things there. So we're not going to begin behave like APC or SLPP. I don't care who that be. I say even Kande, we're not for bend the rule for Kande. The rule of law, nine for control, now for adhere to. Ibrahim, yes, Ibrahim popular, Ibrahim they talk, Ibrahim important, but we can't change the rule for Ibrahim. If we change the rule for Ibrahim today, we will change them for tomorrow. We get for observe the rules, we get for go by what we don't write, saying like this we they do. What we don't talk, say you don't be member 6 months. Not to be false where Ibrahim refused for join. If Ibrahim join the NGC chapter, the DMV chapter, the Tewo can them tell him for join, he mean for qualify for one. But now he say no, he no want join. So not nobody in fault. We no can change the rules now for Ibrahim or any other person. We no get no personal thing against Ibrahim. We say we got for follow the law. We don't write. Say that so we got for do. So what they don't be now, we don't make Ibrahim would wait for 6 months this November and then Sri Lanka can get elections. Then find out say Ibrahim still not eligible for one. And the other law will say all the chapters there in America, if not the DMV chapter with the Washington, and then the executive for conducts the elections. If not Dallas, the executive they conduct the elections. If not New Jersey, then the executive they conduct the elections. But what DEC, the Diaspora Election Committee, we're not a subcommittee of the North American NGC organization. And then they observe and oversee all the elections there. So all what the chapters they need for doing for talents in association with them, we they get with election. Then we say, okay, we will send observers the median look. But what DEC don't realize Ibrahim still not eligible for one. DEC decided that they can take over the DMV chapter elections. So then take with rights now we hand, then can't take over, then say then they do the elections now we area. Then in a violation of laws, we rules and regulations not say so, then bend the rules again, then broke the rule. Then what is original for election? What thing Tijama Column they do? If they go and register people then. People that will not one day join NGC, will not one day can NGC meeting. Then we go tell them some people and they register them and mad them. So then they register them, picking them. Or for me then go can vote that day. And the rules, the other rule again say if you don't be an NGC member for at least 3 months, for make you eligible for votes. And somebody for don't participate in activities. Tijama Koli, he would only resign as treasurer in ordinary executive again. Now they go and take people application, yeah, he take the money, then they keep the application to himself. In order to submit to the executive, may they approve the application there. So all the people that will go register to Tijama Koli, they're not a member of NGC, they can't vote because the executive not ever see their name not due to the financial secretary. 2 o'clock morning, the day of the election, I Tijama Koli boss with list, saying that the list there are of registered voters. Then the list we carry it. People who don't join the organization, who they support Sunkaru, when they went against Ibrahim, the name not there. Even Sunkaru Iman, we married, we that man they host all the NGC dignitaries that were the commander salon, from Kande Yomkela to Andrew Kiley to Dennis Bright. Anyone of them who come, they must reach na Sunkaru host. They must make cook for them, invite people them for go welcome them. That man I would say na officer na the DMV chapter. In them not them pulling name commodity. People who don't work hard, people who left here so go salon for go campaign for NGC during the campaign. Then name not in the voting list. Then the people in the voting list are people who know one day seek an NGC meeting. People who go then register them mother. You go see them and then go sit down, don't even know what's in the do they. Then register them picking out them born in America. We don't know nothing but salon politics. You see all the camp, and then at the list for can vote. Then people who don't inside NGC for years, who don't sacrifice and sweat and blood and money for NGC, the name not in the list. When I think people and they can't vote for Ibrahim, will Ibrahim win? Now so we not go take that. First of all, DEC not get the rights for can conduct elections. DEC not get the rights for use Tijama Koli in list because the voting list is supposed to come up from the financial secretary. If the financial secretary not get the name of that people, that means the executive not ever approve of them people and they. So them people and they will not ever register. People will know some people they even say an APC member there. They all come vote for Ibrahim. I don't file petition. Say the DEC not get the rights for conduct election. 2, Ibrahim not eligible for standing election. So DEC not get the rights for put some as a candidate. Then 3, the people who can vote, they're not to NGC members then. They're not properly registered. So now so all this nothing will not say against Ibrahim. Now the process now file petition against. We say this process is wrong. This election is not valid. When I say just know this what happened at that constituency 110 the election. All the boss will be there. What TSLP do? They not cancel the election. Then cancel the election. And because then they're against any candidates. No, they're not against any candidates. But the election was not valid. And at that day we stand for, we say this election is not valid. Whether I'm Ibrahim, whether I'm any other person, I will still take the same position, say this election is not valid. We as an NGC party, we will say we want to change Salone. We want to change Salone for the future. We want to change the ways the way things they do. We're not going to begin to do what SLPP and APC they do. We honest grab say power na Samoa for be waiting safe. The candidate, the flag bearer. You know what's happening to them? We SLPP grab power na Mother Bill, na go be the candidates. They make say kind of left them. We not go can begin any kind of thing in the NGC. If we say na we na the party for good change Salone, we not go do that. We're not supposed to do that. Now down there with the standard, we will stand say Ibrahim in chairmanship, no rights, no wrong there for change the election. Now that our position and nothing against Ibrahim. You see, what in precipitate Ibrahim this in left NGC. Now because we get meeting, not talking to them, we get meeting. Oh, when now put me case, the case where I don't put stone now, so now I put her. I did ask Ibrahim what Ibrahim get for say about the case. Ibrahim not get nothing for say. What Ibrahim want do? Now me want begin attack. Because what I'm done the president case also that we forum, what Ibrahim then do? Then go find them about in a salon, then click about them, where they support them. Then give them a number, then give everything. But when they send message to me on WhatsApp, they cost me more than that 10 years. Cost me more all kind cost. Cost me all kind cost. We don't need them kind of thing in our NGC. So that part of the story, the people don't know about. I make a say I can't talk to people there. If we say we want for be the party, or for change Salone, we not for allow them kind of things to happen within the party. Period. I'm not gonna say against Ibrahim. If I can't accept me, I can win elections sooner. I go oppose her. Nobody. I'm not gonna nothing against nobody, but we therefore go according to the rules and regulations of the party. Because we begin change them today. If God can make we take power to man, at the same thing people are going to do. We therefore establish the principles and then now within the party. Now to Robinson, you check my shit, say you don't go back to yourself. But you disappoint me. Because the term will fight for you forget this NGC symbol, so go stand as me on a McKinney. If you remember saying that APC may not disappoint you. The work and the things that we don't do in McKinney, youth empowerment and things that we do in McKinney, they mean very impressive. APC is supposed to give that symbol there for one for them, but they not give you. So when Mika Yeris, when Isaac call me, tell me, say, they not give the symbol, and you look for symbol, NGC symbol, because if you say go win, I support you. I not support you because you're not my friend. I support you because of the things that we don't do in McKinney, and the youth movements, and the youth empowerment and projects that we do. I said, I think young man that's what we need for bring up, for can join NGC, for make country will go before. So after the elections, I'm expecting you go stay and help for build the party. Because this way we can join NGC, it was like the party was less than 6 months old. So yes, we lost the first election, but that don't mean say ultimately done. Most new parties they not they win the first election. So I'm expecting people election and I go stay for strength in the party. If the party get problems, yes, we get growing pains. We get growing pains all over. But I'm expecting you go stay and make a contribution to the growth. Because NGC we're not in the position now. We go say we can't give what you want. So we're not get that strength we will build towards that. I mean, if it's possible like you go stay because of what the NGC don't do for you, allow you the opportunity for run as a candidate. After APC don't disappoint you. I mean, if you say you get the vision and the energy for continue the fight, for make this party so strong. We're not getting up nothing against nobody. We go through growing pains, we get for fix certain things then right, but we get time. We get time for do all them things and so we'll be in a stronger position for make a bigger impact na the next election and maybe win the election. And that's not the goal. So I hope you go change your mind and come back and can join me for the fight. Ibrahim, he don't go, but Ibrahim, what he say in the last video, he saying they go independent and not they support nobody, but they advocate for Salone. It advocates for the better future of Salone. So me not get problem with that. If Ibrahim they advocate for the better future of Salone, that means they advocate for NGC. It just be say go back to in comfort zone. Because not say Ibrahim Gap say one can run for election. Now recruits them go recruit and for make it can run. And he may always be in that comfort zone. They may not tell Kande, I like for do things them by myself. Where Ibrahim can now, you don't see say, wait, for can be part of a chapter, especially for can be chairman of a chapter, If you get boku dynamics to it, get boku work. To me personally, me feel say Ibrahim don't see the look thing, it's not to this I sign up for. Me no go do this work here, so I know me ever talk 7-1. I bring people and go bring me camp. Then when I don't bring Canada, then I don't say they can be chairman. For me, they can together more form a cabinet, more do things that nobody know from the cabinet. Because one of the other issues and then people don't agree for go serve. So that man, in your opinion, you just find an excuse for talk say, well, they're not congratulate. I find some kalu excuse them because when go back to in comfort zone, you not get no problem with that. Me don't talk and say Ibrahim, you not get the personality for be chairman of the DM chapter. You not get the characteristics of that. Not to people person, not to person who get agile. Like you see you uncomfortable way they deal with people them. I always say in Panam. If you're in a crowd, not to possible they relax in a crowd, you're not comfortable. So the people who go recruit and for make and do this here. So you don't left them. You don't go back to your comfort zone. We say I go to talk, what you want for talk, do what you want for do, advocate for the things that you want for advocate for. And then they fine to me. Because me not say if Ibrahim they advocate for the right things there, for the better of Sierra Leone, that means they advocate for NGC. You just not go do it under NGC banner anymore. But a message will resonate with your supporter them. And if it resonates with the people of Salone, then people then go can join NGC because now we get that message, the message of change for a better Sierra Leone. Now NGC get that message. So if Ibrahim advocates for a better Sierra Leone, he advocates for NGC. So when we relax, this will pass. We come together as a family. We could work together with the common goal. The common goal now to make NGC win State House in 2023. Make we work on that day. We forget about all the distractions there. So we are one family. United we stand united.